I had a little idea, impromptu idea here for a video. I don't know, you guys might like something like this. I got so many pictures over the last 5 months of when I originally dug my 760 PowerMaster Variant 1, built June 70. I bought it brand new with newspaper money when I was 14 from Sears Roebuck and Company in downtown Elyria, Ohio. A little store. Who remembers all it being called Sears Roebuck and Company and Ted Williams, J.C. Higgins bicycles and all that stuff we had back then? So, I got so many pictures of this thing. I just thought I'd do a photo montage and kind of do a voiceover with that so you can see all the pictures I took of this thing and some of the more interesting sub-assembly breakdowns and little things like that along the way that I thought you might like. And we'll just see how it goes. We'll do this while I'm waiting to get some black tempera to do the overwash with on the 760D Pumpmaster stock so I can fill in the grain details and the checkering the way it was molded like they did on the Variant 3 and Variant 4 760s that still had the metal receiver but the dovetails molded in, and the ABS stocks where they used that black overwash and the white cap on the buttstock. It just looked really nice, filling in the little grain and checkering details with some kind of black ink or tempera, or I don't know what they use. I'm going to try tempera because you can use water to moisten a towel, a paper towel folded over to wipe clean it off the surface so it stays in the lower details. So let's have a look at, oh God, it was last October, November I dug that thing out of the Closet of Lost Gold, and those of you that have been following know I did two videos for the Closet of Lost Gold and the Closet of Lost Gold, the Lost Hoard. Found a lot of good stuff in there, man. It's surprising what you finally take a notion to start digging in that closet. There's all those dusty antechambers. So let's have a look. And here's an old shot of Elyria looking west on Broad Street. You can see this is the Sears Roebuck and Company sign down there that I had the asterisks around so you'd know where to look, about the center left of the picture. And here's the Air 17 box we actually found my 760 Variant 1 in. And here's what it looked like when we pulled it out of the box. And look at it laying on the box from the bottom. That glue imprint there is from a Prince Albert can I painted black and used for a clip underneath of it to hold the pellets. And the bolt side, just so you can get an idea of what it looked like. And here's where I cracked it and glued it back together back when I was about 16 from wrapping a rabbit in the noggin after I shot it at about 30-40 yards. Too far away for that one. And looking at the rifle from the top and the new Crosman Optimus 22 in the background that I bought for my son. I oiled the stock and it's curing. And this is the typical ramp front sight most Crosmans got back in those days. And the logo on the other side of the receiver. And a shot of the whole receiver where you can see the trap door for putting the BBs in the internal reservoir there. And the safety button, you can see the trigger is all dirty and funky where you can't really see the gold on the trigger. And here it is after I cleaned it up. Lubed it with Pelgun oil, cleaned it up with some Rem oil and some pad there. Yeah, not bad looking for a 48-year-old, huh? And here's the 1 3/8 inch Brownells patches I used for cleaning the outside. And from cleaning the smoothbore barrel had never been cleaned. And here's a look at the bottom of the forestock. You can see the flames on there, tiger stripes, whatever you want to call it. And you can kind of see those opaline markings on the buttstock here a little bit if you look real close. Barrel, actually, that overall, the thing, even the barrel shines pretty good. And here I was trying a center point 4x32 on for size that I kept from the Optimist when yeah, that's an Optimist scope. I don't know what I got that in there for. And here is how the barrel 761 XL barrel came to me from Mike in Montana. New old stock too. Here it is with two calibers of Hornet pellets I also bought that came in. And another shot of it on the keyboard. We can kind of see it a little better. And here's the 761 XL barrel with the Mach 1 seal and piston upgrade kit. A little closer shot of the kit's contents, including a couple ounce bottle of secret sauce. That's good stuff. And at that time, I was also working on the Pimp My Walker project, and I'd already finished the 160 Variant 1 Pell gun there. And the MOE 2.5-inch Picatinny rails I got, I think it was from Brownells. And here is the polished gas tube for the 760 V1, polished all the way up to 2500 grit. And the 761 barrel likewise, from 400 to 2500 grit there. And here it is when I blued it. It's sitting there curing with benzene oil and all that. And a closer shot of the receiver, the bolt, and all that kind of stuff. And here I was trying the Simmons 4x32 scope on for size. It has a 1-inch tube and really nice lenses. Moonlit night, you can see perfectly clear, including the reticle. And you don't need no coins or screwdrivers with these adjusters. Not bad for a blister pack $30 scope. And here I'm trying the Picatinny rails on for size and location and stuff like that. Those things actually worked out really good without the barrel spacers. And the Hawk mid-rise 1-inch mounts. You don't need it in homebrew. That'll work. And the Minwax oil stain that matches the stock stain really close. And trying on the buttstock for size after I'd sanded it down. That's up to 600 grit. That chipped out part smoothed out really nice. And here is the barrel band and end cap made out of alloy, sanded down and ready to paint with the gloss black Rust-Oleum here. You still see the 60 on there too. That's the date. And here's the exploded view of the gas valve assembly. Closer view of the internal parts. And here it is with new seals and new internal parts and everything, and all polished, cleaned and polished up and like that. And here's the connecting rod and piston, pump piston assembly with the bushing and the old worn out pump cup cut off, and the Mach 1 replacement to the left, to the right with a 90 durometer seal. And here it is properly reassembled. You lay the piston down on the table when you do it with the hammer. And adjusting the new piston and connecting rod length to the stock length. You got to do that. And here's the hammer piston, hammer spring, and the cocking piston all put together, and the valve. I had a hell of a time getting both holes lined up. Well, I eventually did, and here's what the barrel, pump tube, and gas valve and everything looks like all put together, and the three basic parts of the rifle together and ready to, well, sub-assembled, ready to go back together. And the Picatinny rails attached. Got some nitpicking to do on the receiver. It's not completely together, but enough to where it works real good. It's just those dang mounts inside you got to mess with. And here's a bunch of pictures of this. Is the 7:10 in the evening when I finally got the thing back together. Here is the next morning after I cleaned the barrel inside and wiped it down on the outside and all that. And you see a lot of different, slightly different angles here. It shows off the bluing and those opaline ghost stripes in the buttstock. Everything just shines real nice and different. The sun will come up from behind a cloud like here. But just changing the angles slightly, you can kind of, those opaline markings and those wavy line things get darker or lighter. And that's just like 2 or 3 coats of True Oil there too. Look at that. That just looks really nice. You can see the opaline stripe, tiger stripes a little better there. And even the barrel just shining blue and everything. It's all pretty. Polished the bolt too. And here's the other side. Those opaline tiger stripes go all over the top and down around the bottom too. And you can see how they disappear and then get more intense at different angles. Really interesting how that the tiger stripes are more like some sort of watermark that go against the grain at a 90-degree angle. The stripes look a little darker right there. Some are bigger and darker than others, and you can see those wavy lines there. Almost reminds me of the cloud bands on Jupiter. And the way that True Oil shines with the bluing and the paint shine, that is just really nice. But I like those opaline sort of tiger stripes with the color of the wood. That's cool. There you can see those marks, the wavy lines against those opaline tiger stripes a little more. You start to see what I mean about how that works. Just looks really cool. You don't see wood like that. I don't know what the heck it is. I thought it was maple. And here is comparing the 760 variant 4 left to the variant 1 right. They're both 70s. The one on the right is 1971, on the left is 77. And here they are with the 55, 56, 160 Pell gun. And some more pictures of the rifle here at some other different angles. You can see where the wood looks darker yet. But here, these two pictures, it just glows, and you can see those opaline stripes. Matches the forestock real good too, that special walnut. And I did a little bit better look at the stripes here at that angle. And one last little gratuitous shot there. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It took a lot of pictures trying to capture different angles because of the peekaboo effect of those opaline markings on there and those sanding scratches mixing with these wavy sort of black lines in the wood, and both of those being a sort of watermark above the natural grain, the way they've cut through the growth rings of the wood. So, good Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. We'll see you again.